Hello and welcome to the home of the Ghost Owl. As we continue our Dwarven faction focus, we've covered a whole bunch of runes so far, which are the weapon runes, armor runes, and the talismanic runes. And we're now on to the standard runes, which in reality are basically magic standard type things. So let's take a look. And I think these are some of the most valuable runes on the whole roster because they're affecting whole units rather than just individual models in a lot of cases. So, first up, Master Rune of Grungni. Battle Standard Bearer only. The bearer gains a 5+ ward save, and any unit within 6 inches gains a 6+ ward save during the shooting phase. So that's actually quite nice, because it's not just the unit that the bearer's with, it is also units that are close by. Get that 6+ in the shooting phase. So, that could help out Slayers, for example, that don't have any armor save. And it can help out just the slower dwarf units that are going to be shot at as they move forward. But it is, pretty expensive. It's the most expensive of the standard runes, not talismanic, as I've got there. Most expensive of the standard runes. But if you're going to take a battle standard bearer, this is the one you're going to take, right? Because that's the reason to take a battle standard bearer in reality. So yeah, pretty good. Pretty good. Master Rune of Stromny Redbeard. Friendly unit within command range can claim +1 combat result point. So this is 5 points cheaper than the most expensive standard rune. Now, look, you shouldn't underestimate the value of a +1 combat result point. Though, how often is a combat going to be that close that the +1 can make a difference? So, it's going to happen, absolutely. But overall, I think you're going to get more value out of the Master Rune of Grungni than you are out of the Master Rune of Stromny Redbeard. Right? So, given it's only 5 points cheaper, if I was going to take it, I'd take the Master Rune of Grungni over this one. So, yeah, for me, not the best value. Master Rune of Hesitation. Enemy unit that charges front arc of this unit does not count as having charged for the purpose of choosing which weapon to use or using any special rules it may have. This is my favourite, I think, of the Master Standard runes. I really like this. Put this on something like a unit of hammerers. If they're getting charged, it's just keeping things alive. Not getting the bonuses on that charge could be really huge in saving models, reducing enemy strength, reducing enemy initiative, the bonus they get for charging, because basically they don't count as having charged, right? So if in terms of weapons, lances, you think of things like that. So yeah, Master Rune of Hesitation I really quite like, especially dwarves, slow moving, they're likely to be getting charged. And the same with the one below, Rune of Confusion, again, really nice. Enemy unit that charges in the front arc makes a disordered charge, which can also have value for you. So those two runes, I think, of standard runes are actually really quite nice. Rune of Fear, unit gains the Fear special rule. Yeah, it's kind of okay. I think there are better options. Rune of Battle, I think, is an interesting one. As we've said, +1 combat result point, but and maybe on something like, Rangers, which are off out in the mid-board somewhere, maybe a bit more out on their own. So a unit that might not have as much support could gain some value from the Rune of Battle, and it is fairly cheap. Stroller's Rune, unit gains Vanguard special rule. Not the biggest fan of this one. But Rune of Courage, unit automatically passes fear and terror tests. It's the cheapest of the standard runes. And again, a unit that maybe is out on its own, or a unit that's got some sort of critical function like that, where you just, dwarves have really high leadership. So the chance of failing fear and terror test is pretty small. But if you really want to guarantee it, because of, where the unit is and what it's doing, then this could be a real cheap way to sort of guarantee that. So Rune of Courage is okay. Again, I think the runes where you're getting charged, the disordered charge, and the not getting the bonus, the Rune of Hesitation and Confusion, are probably the best ones in this section. And if you're going cheap, then the Rune of Battle for that +1 combat result point. And there we go. Again, another quick run through the standard runes. Next up will be the engineering runes. We're having to keep them in separate episodes right now. It's a question of time, ability to prepare, the data to present to you, record it, and get it up with everything that is going on at home right now. So thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope it was useful. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. Let me know why in the comments down below. And as always, if you want to see more content, hit that subscribe button. Free for you to do. Big deal for me. So thank you for that in advance. Thank you to all those who've already subscribed. You've been watching The Ghost Owl. Tune back in as we start to look at the engineering runes, which is the last of the runes before we start getting into detailed unit comparisons.